Hello and welcome into San Antonio, Texas. Game 2 of this doubleheader is underway. Swing and a miss, strike one from Aiden Petracco, who is back out there despite being hit by a pitch in game 1 of this doubleheader. He faces Trinity starter Brandon Morio, makes his second consecutive start in 2 weeks. Pitch fouled off into the screen, 0-2. Morio ahead, 0-2. The pitch finds the zone, strike 3 called, and Morio gets him on 3 pitches to get game 2 going. And that'll bring up Charlie Teal, making his first plate appearance of this game. Takes a strike. Morio's come out firing. 4 pitches, 4 strikes so far. Teal, who played at first base in game 1 of this doubleheader, also went out for a pitching appearance, fouls that pitch into the screen, 0-2. Was removed after suffering an apparent injury on the mound, but good enough to start this game in the batter's box. Morio just misses. He's trying to get the first 2 batters on 6 total pitches. Instead fires his first ball, 1-2. Teal flares one. Foul ground, and Anderson ranges over to make the catch, 2 away. So Morio has come out firing so far, gets the first 2 batters he faces. And now it'll be the shortstop, Zach Fortman, hitting over 400, coming into this game with 38 runs batted in. If you couldn't tell, the wind's still blowing. Pitch outside, 1-0. Be blowing in from left field pretty consistently, as it does there. I think it's died down since the end of game 1 of this doubleheader, though.
It does not feel like
or not. This is roped out into left field, going all the way, and it'll find the gap. Woodward throws in, but it's not going to be in time to get Fortman, who's in with a stand-up 2-out double. First hit of the game for Sewanee.
Wind might have shifted a little bit here, actually. It was coming in from center field last game. Seems to be coming in from left now.
We'll bring up the cleanup hitter for Sewanee. 2 down, a runner on, a chance for the Tigers to take an early lead, just as they did in the last game. Morio fires a strike. Tyler Pinzon, a multiple hit game in game 1. Had a single and a double in total. Down 0-1 here. Ball in the dirt. Ridding does a good job to block it. He's in at catcher after Thomas Moss got the first game.
Well-deserved break for Ridding. I'm sure he's had quite the workload.
The 1-1 pitch. Lined into right field, it's a base hit. Singhania will throw it in, but the runner being sent around. The throw is not in time. Ridding misses the tag, and it's 1-0 Sewanee.
That throw came in just a hair too late for him to rip around and get that tag in. I think maybe if they put it on the other side of the bag, he might have had a better chance of tagging him, but
Ridding did his best to try and find the runner, and Fortman just unable to do so. And once again, the Sewanee Tigers strike first here in San Antonio. Runner on first, 2 down. Big swing and a miss for Max Kilburn. native of Bradford, Tennessee.
Some good heads-up base running on that last play there. We've seen that from both teams today. They've both had pretty nice base running. Not too many mistakes on the base path.
Hit in the air, but it looks like it's drifting foul down the right field line, and it is out of play. Mario was able to get the first 2 batters he faced in this inning, but has allowed back-to-back hits and has allowed a run in total. Trying to limit the damage to 1 run here in the first. This is chopped fair to Anderson. Steps in on the infield grass and throws in time to end the inning, but not before Sewanee strikes first. It's 1-0. Sends us to the bottom of the first. Welcome back to the campus of Trinity University. Man on the mound for Sewanee today will be Austin Graber. Comes in with a 2-2 record, ERA above 6. An opportunity to lower that in this start. Going against the Tigers offense who's looking to find their rhythm. They'll lead things off as they usually do with Caleb Woodward. Woodward an average just a hair below 400 after the last game. Managed 1 hit in game 1 of this series.
Yeah, they were able to keep him kind of quiet in the first game. But that 1 hit ended up being useful for him, but kept him relatively at bay.
Woodward squares up to bunt, but pulls it back for strike 1. Graber, the sophomore from Highlands Ranch, Colorado, making his 9th start of the season. His last appearance through 5 innings against Millsap, struck out 3. Walked nobody and allowed 2 earned runs. Misses with that pitch for ball 1. It's a Sewanee team that's coming off of a series victory against Millsaps, where they scored 16 runs in the rubber match. Woodward ropes this one into right field, and it gets down for a base hit. A leadoff knock for the Tigers to get things going.
And there he is, Caleb Woodward, putting a nice swing on that one to get on base.
Something we're used to seeing, watching him pretty much every day. Guy that we're not used to seeing as much this year coming up to the plate, and Evan Kuhl, who hit second today out in left field. Mentioned it in game 1, where he got hurt against TLU, made his first appearance of the season since then in the game earlier today. Struck out in his only at-bat. Kuhl drops down a bunt. He's dangerous in these situations. Throw to first is in time, and they move Woodward over with the sacrifice.
It's a nice bunt. It's a good spot. Couldn't quite get it to where you could get it too far away from the catcher to get on base, but did a good job.
Talk about often how fast Evan Kuhl is. Always a threat to reach in those situations, this time thrown out. Woodward on second now as Will Baker will step up to the plate. Baker grounds one fair down the first base line. And that's 2 down in the inning. A quick trip for the first baseman over there.
That's unfortunate. He had good contact on it, maybe just a hair too early. Couldn't score it by him at first base.
So the Tigers have gotten Woodward on. They moved him all the way over to third, and now it's Grant Anderson's opportunity to bring him in. 365 hitter on the year. Big swing and a miss, strike one.
And this is a guy you want to have in this spot. He's been so good in clutch situations recently. Love to see him do it again here.
Breaking ball misses. Count even at 1-1. Anderson held hitless in game 1 of this series, broke up an 8-game hitting streak. Breaking ball misses, 2-1. We've talked about the flexibility and the fluidity of this lineup at times, where it really feels like Woodward and Baker are the only ones with consistent spots. Anderson's really emerged in that category, hitting fourth pretty much every day. 2-1. Takes a breaking ball low.
And it's nice to see, after several of the starters that would play every game graduated, seeing new guys fill that position.
Anderson, part of an infield made completely of sophomores. Grounds one through the hole in right, and that'll tie the game. Woodward scores from third. It's 1-1.
Some more clutch from Grant Anderson.
After being held hitless in game 1, earns the RBI single that ties us at 1 apiece. And it's that 3-4 hole striking again for Trinity. Brings up Sawyer Haynes.
At some point, I wouldn't be surprised if Sewanee just had their second baseman just play right there.
Takes a strike. Haynes hitting over 300 this season. Really has taken a strong hold of that position at second base. Guy who got put in kind of randomly in the middle of a game one time. Saw the coaches something they liked. Anderson off and running. This is a hit and run that's fouled off out of play. Goes down to strike 2.
He's taken that spot at second base and just ran with it. We've seen incredible defensive plays from him over there. As a hitter, you just don't want to see it on the ground anywhere near him.
The 0-2 pitch with 2 down. Anderson on first. And they'll try and get him. See, that's where I don't understand the pickoff. Because if you just make one good pitch, you're out of the inning. You don't need to throw to first.
You know, for some guys, it helps them reset. Maybe thinking he can keep him off balance. You know, he's not expecting the pickoff at that point.
Runner goes, pitch is a called strike 3. Haynes goes down looking to end the inning, but not before the Tigers tie this game at 1 off the RBI single from Grant Anderson. Sends us to the second on Tiger Network. Welcome back to San Antonio, Texas. 1-1 as both teams not going to run in the first inning. Top of the second, Will Genuine, a sophomore from Tampa, California, will lead things off. Takes ball one out of the hand of Morio. Genuine, a .239 hitter coming into this series. Had one hit in their last series against Millsaps. 3 straight multi-hit games prior to that 3-game set. So a guy who's starting to figure things out offensively, made an impact offensively already in game 1 of this series. Ahead 2-0. Now 3-0. Morio was able to get the first 2 batters he faced in the last inning, ended up giving up a run. Now trying to find that control once again.
A bit of frustration on the mound for him. He thought he had at least one of those in the zone.
Finds it there, 3-1. The dangerous 3-1 pitch coming up.
Don't like 3-1. Do not like 3-1.
He's going to try and make it 3-2 or just getting out here. Inside, ball 4. First walk allowed by Morio today. Morio coming off of a season where he was first team All-SCAC in 2025. 2.77 ERA, a win-loss record of 7-1. That loss didn't come into the College World Series, so 7-0 there for quite a while. Brings up John Bagwell. Drops down a bunt. Goes down the first base line. Baker has to throw over to the covering Haynes and does so in time, but the sacrifice is complete. Runner on second. So that's something Sewanee likes to do. We've seen that throughout the season for them. 20th most sacrifice bunts in the country, adding on another one there.
Yes, you mentioned that earlier, and we haven't really seen a ton of bunts from them, and I think it's just lack of necessity. First game, they had hits scattered everywhere.
Here's a pop-up. Haynes calling it at second in the shallow outfield grass. He makes the catch, 2 down. That's Williams with the pop fly. He's retired. And now the last opportunity for Sewanee to take the lead in this inning, as it'll be up to Sebastian Lineberger. Lineberger, the junior from Chattanooga, Tennessee, making his 26th appearance of the year. Takes ball 1. Morio falling behind once again, 2-0 this time.
It's sort of uncharacteristic for Morio. We haven't seen him fall behind in a lot of counts. Typically he's pretty accurate and efficient with his pitch counts.
Behind 2-0 here. Throws off the backside. Unable to get back there in time. Or unable to get the throw there in time, I should say. Working against the 9-hole hitter in Lineberger. Petrocco waiting on deck. Swinging a foul tip, 2-1.
It turns out to be a pretty good idea to throw over there to second, because now keeping him at a pretty modest lead. Not wanting to get picked off over there. Get the out any way you can.
Here's a high chopper. Ramsey fields it at short on 2 hops, and the throw is in time to end the inning. So Morio surrenders a walk, but nothing comes of it. Scoreless second takes us to the bottom of the frame, 1-1. Welcome back to the campus of Trinity University. Bottom of the second. Graber back out there. He fires strike one to John Ramsey, who's hitting towards the middle of the order today. Hit ninth in the first half of this doubleheader. Ahead of that one and fouls it off. Down 0-2. Ramsey, a guy you'd think on most teams would be hitting in your top 4. Leads the team with 7 home runs. Batting average over 370 coming into this series.
Yeah, and he joined the hit party early last game, but
take strike 3 there. So quickly one away, the strikeout looking. And now it's Matthias Ridding. Ridding, the usual catcher for Trinity. And you can understand why, looking at his defense alone, but then you add in the offense, hitting .386 this season.
yes, he's been a force to be reckoned with at the dish. Just mashing the ball.
One 1-0. Takes a ball inside. Ahead 2-0. That's something that these Tigers batters have been able to do pretty consistently in this game so far, is get ahead.
And when you get ahead in the count, your success rate goes up exponentially. So it's very important to be selective at what pitches you swing at.
Now ahead 3-0. Opportunity for a 1-out base runner here. See if he has the green light. Does not. Takes a strike down the middle. Ahead of it and fouls it off. Brings up the countdown count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. And on top of that, I think I see some sun in the distance, way over there.
Wow, we might see the sun before the day ends.
3-2 is ripped down the line. It's a fair ball in left field. Ridding sprinting around first, and he'll have to stop there. Really nicely played out in left, but it's a 1-out base hit for Ridding.
A little bit early on it, kind of got the cap of the bat, but in some situations, that's actually what you want to do. Because in this situation, it works for him. He's just early enough that it goes down the line and no one can get to it. I think if he squares it up more, it might actually have ended up in the glove of that left fielder.
Bagwell did a really nice job to play that off the bullpen wall. Hold Ridding to first. Brings up Cal Coney with 1 down in the inning. Coney grounds 1, could be 2. Throw to first, and it is! The double play turned by Petrocco. And it ends the inning. Ridding was off and running, still able to beat him to second and throw to first for the double play. Sends us to the third in San Antonio, 1-1. Welcome back to San Antonio, Texas. One's on the board for each side here. And it'll be the leadoff man for Sewanee. Petrocco driving that one to left field, but not deep enough as Evan Kuhl's able to range over to make the catch. Got a lot on that baseball, just right to a fielder.
Cool. Showing off the wheels. He was on top of that one.
Brings up Charlie Teal, hitting second once again today. 0 for 1. Still a .297 hitter on the year. Tried the drop down a bunt. I guess he pulled it back, even if he was 3 shuffles down the line. Trying the drag bunt. Pitch misses out of the hand of Morio, who continues to struggle in his first 2 pitches of an at-bat. Trying to find some rhythm here. This is driven out to left field as well. Kuhl charging in, has to dive, and he makes the catch. Oh yeah, Evan Kuhl.
The Kool-Aid man. And if we thought he was showing off the wheels on the last at-bat, here he goes. Really showing it off here.
So Evan Kuhl showing his defense out and left.
Was that a Kool-Aid man impression?
It was. That was the idea. I don't know if it was executed well or not, but that was the vision.
You know, I got the reference, so I think
that's good. I'm glad you called it out because I don't know if other people would have gotten it. Pitch misses. Morio falling behind 2-0. Has the first 2 outs in this inning thanks to Evan Kuhl.
And I think part of the reason why he's getting behind in these counts is, one, he's trying to nitpick a little bit and pick at the zone. Doesn't want to get taken too far because he knows how dangerous these hitters are. But then in some situations, they end up being kind of 50-50 calls, and he just hasn't gotten many of them.
Zach Fortman in a 2-2 count. Already 1 for 1 today. Hit in the air, deep to right field, going back towards the wall, at the wall, and it's gone. The big blast keeps working for Sewanee. It's 2-1.
And we see it there. He's trying to not get too much plate on those strikes so they don't take it too far, and he lets up for once. Finally doesn't try and pick at the zone, and they make it pay.
Another opposite field home run for Sewanee. They have the 2-1 lead. Fire strike 1 to Pinzon.
That wasn't just an opposite field home run. He took on the deep part of the yard, Alpo. It's not easy to do.
Ahead of it and tapped foul. So Morio ahead this time, 0-2. Trying to finish off the 3rd inning. You'd assume the plan is, and this has been the plan for the last couple of weekends now for Trinity, is you want to take it over to your long relievers and hope they can finish the game. This is a pitch high, 1-2. Lately, this has been the tandem of Brandon Morio and Will Hellings that have completed the 9 innings. Fouled off the end of the bat into the screen, still 1-2.
Wind not letting up here, as I'm sure the viewers can hear.
Oh, they can. Oh, yeah. Pitch misses. Ridding has to block it behind the plate. 2-2. I always just say it makes them feel like they're there.
Well, I don't know if they can really grasp truly how windy it is up here just based on the sound.
I hope not.
For all our viewers at home, Cole is about to fly away.
I might. I think this is definitely the worst day we've seen out here.
It's been cold before, but
it's been cold, but this is some wind.
This is very windy. The hair looks nice though.
Thank you. 3-2. Hit in the air, shallow center field. Woodward charging in, and he comes in to make the catch to end the inning. But not before Zach Fortman gives Sewanee the lead with a solo shot. It's 2-1. Welcome back. Kellen Singhania leads things off and grounds one sharply to second. Petracco able to make the throw for a quick out number one on one pitch for Graber.
So Singhania has only seen 2 pitches and has hit 2 at-bats so far. He's, I guess, seeing what he likes and going with it.
Being aggressive. Flips the lineup over. Caleb Woodward hitting leadoff in today's game. Comes up with nobody on and 1 down in the inning. Takes a strike, thought about bunting there. Woodward 1 for 1 with a base hit in today's game. Pitch low and inside, 1-1. Trinity finds themselves down a run once again. Played from behind nearly the entirety of the game in game 1. We're down 6-0 in the second inning. Woodward hits it high the other way, drifting out of play and foul. That was Fortman ranging in. Curious to see if he had a play. Wasn't even close though. A for effort.
He got over there quick.
He did. No, if it was in play, he was on it. Absolutely. One, 2. High chopper. Sidearm throw in time. Woodward not able to beat that one out. That's Max Kilburn over there at third base, manning the hot corner. Seen a couple of high choppers in this game. Kilburn able to manage that one well for out number 2. And it brings up Evan Kuhl.
Looks like with the scouting report over there at third base, they're coming in closer. Took a look at the wrist and came in a bit. Maybe they're expecting him to try and bunt again.
Takes the ball high, 2-0.
And if I could run like that, I'd bunt all the time.
Kilburn now backing off. Kuhl ahead 2-0. He did bunt in his only plate appearance of the day. Takes ball 3. Trying to reach with 2 down. Low ball 4, and it's a 4-pitch walk for Evan Cool.
So 2 good plate appearances for Evan Cool, the Kool-Aid man, as you like to joke. Had the nice bunt and a really nice 4-pitch walk.
Brings up Will Baker. I think that one's sticking. He's the Kool-Aid man. Absolutely.
We're going to get that started.
Off and running. And sliding in. Did he come off the bag? Umpire signals. Umpire signals safe.
By the hair of his chinny chin chin. He kept the toe on second. How did he do that?
It looked like he completely came off the bag. That's good footwork.
He used to play soccer or something. I don't know how he did that.
Only the 2nd stolen base of the year, unsurprisingly, has not been caught. And now a runner in scoring position for Will Baker. Ahead 1-0. Takes a strike. Shortstop Fortman shaded over towards Cool at second base. We know how well Will Baker can hit the ball the other way. Takes a slider by his ankles.
Yeah, tried to get the back foot slider in on him, but it wouldn't bite.
Now 2-1. Ball low again. 3-1 count. Grant Anderson waiting on deck. He is the only RBI of the day for Trinity. Base hit to drive in Caleb Woodward in the first. See if he gets a chance. The 3-1. Inside ball 4, and back-to-back have reached for the Tigers.
And maybe Grant Anderson can get his 2nd RBI of the day.
Before that, we're going to have a mound visit. Graber working into the 3rd inning. Has 2 outs in the frame, but trying to get out of it with 2 Tigers on right now. A full infield and battery meeting.
Doesn't look like there's any action in the bullpen just yet, but our angle is really difficult to tell.
It's a guy who threw 5 innings in his last appearance. Probably want a little more length out of him, though they don't necessarily need it. Their starter went into the 9th inning in game 1 of this doubleheader. Their bullpen in very good shape right now, even if they use 2 of their top high leverage arms.
Yeah, I can imagine after closing that last one out, plenty of energy for next couple games if they need him.
So Graber working with runners on 1st and 2nd. Baker and Cool respectively. And now it's Grant Anderson. Anderson fouls it at the top of the screen. Down 0-1. Ball misses the plate. A slider that time. 1-1. See if they try any motion here. 2 down in the inning. Graber delivers. Swing and a miss at the slider.
They still have Short shaded over, covering second with the right-handed batter. So if he pulls it, there's a giant gap over there.
Just fouled off the end of the bat, and Anderson stays alive.
But they could potentially be purposefully going away from him, knowing that they have the shortstop shaded over.
That's what they've been doing so far. Healthy dose of sliders.
maybe they go back in on his hands here.
1-2. And he steps off. Fortman going back and forth between being behind second base and being in his fielding position. Now looks like he's settled out there. Baker aboard, the 1-2. Fouled off again.
Bullpen coming alive a little bit here.
Graber ready to go. Third consecutive 1-2 pitch. 2 down and not yet. Try and pick off Kuhl, who's able to dive back safely.
I wonder if they have concerns about him trying to swipe third here. They've been paying a lot of attention to him over there at second.
Pitch high. Anderson has to duck out of the way of it. Deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, 2 runners on. Anderson swings and misses, and Graber gets out of the jam. 2 runners left stranded in the inning, and Sewanee hangs on to their 2-1 lead. Welcome back to the campus of Trinity University. Brandon Morio back out there for his 4th inning of work as he faces Max Kilburn. Kilburn leading off this 4th inning, making his 3rd start of the season, his 11th appearance. Cuts and misses at that pitch. Kilburn 0 for 1 today, but still hitting over 600 on the year in limited action. Has 3 straight appearances with multiple hits. Trying to keep that going. Swing and a miss, down 1-2. There's some light action in the Trinity bullpen. Nobody throwing yet. See how long Morio is slated to go. Pitch misses outside, 2-2. Just misses on the outside edge. Full count. Morio only went 3 innings in his last start against Southwestern, but gave up 6 hits. It's been much more efficient today. It's only given up 3 so far into the 4th. Swing and a miss. That's strike 3. Kilburn goes down swinging, and there's 1 away.
with this wind, I'm starting to feel like I'm at the front of the Titanic. Am I flying, Cole?
Yes, Shepard. Brings up Will Genuine. Pitch just misses. You found that too funny. I'm just saying.
I'm just mad we didn't do the pose.
You'd still do the pose if you want. At your own risk. You might be flying.
You might never see me again.
1-1 pitch for Morio. Bit high, and Genuine has to duck out of the way. I was talking to Shepard in between innings, and I was saying this is kind of like when you're at the front of a boat. Like, that's just what it feels like. With the wind just blowing straight into you, not really anything blocking it. And I feel like the temperature is kind of the same way as well.
Yeah, I have to imagine.
Strike two.
Oh, as they're sinking into the Arctic tundra? Like into the ocean?
What?
Are you saying it's,
No.
are you saying it's as cold as it was in the ocean?
No. Where did you get that from?
It's pretty cold. But
It's cold. It's not that cold. Fouled the other way. Hits the pole. A doink. Keeps the ball in play.
I don't know. Would you have shared the door with me?
Yeah, definitely. I think I would have tried to get as many people on as I could. I don't know how many people that'd be, though. Like, I feel like 2 is the maximum.
It's gotta be. Pretty big guy.
This is fouled into the screen. We'll do the 2-2 pitch again. But yeah, I just feel like we operate on ocean temperatures up here. Now, Reed, who's visiting today, often says it's because of the elevation.
Huh.
I don't think that's true. We're like 50 feet off the ground. There's literally no way. Pitch misses low and inside. Count runs full with 1 down. The gusts continue. Ooh, that's a big one.
We are on the tallest object.
This is hit in the air to deep right field, way back and gone all the way to maybe dining hall.
Wow, speaking of tall objects, that one was launched. I'm gonna have to check those cars over there.
Oh, that got one. That had to. Will Genuine got all of that one. The second solo home run in this game for Sewanee, and it's 3-1.
And you know, I have to say it, I think that was a genuine home run.
There you go. So the home run comes with 1 down in the inning. Morio fires a strike to John Bagwell, senior from Sullivan's Island, South Carolina. Ropes one on a hop past the glove of Ramsey and into left field.
And that's such a tough read for Ramsey because it's one of those that's kind of a tweener. You don't know if you're supposed to kind of come up on it, try and catch it before it hits, or go back and let it hit the ground, and just lands in right the worst spot where he couldn't get his glove down on it.
Tried to get it on the backhand, just couldn't quite time it up. And they have scored that as an error. First error in either of these 2 games for Trinity. Morio throws to first, not in time. Swing and a miss from Ethan Williams, 0 for 1 today. Junior and the native of Tennessee, making his 11th start of the season. Had only 1 at-bat in the series against Millsaps. Already his 2nd in this game. Throw to first, not in time. Runner on first is Bagwell, who reached by way of the error. Take 3. That was going to be a concern for Trinity coming into this game. They had a pretty rough defensive series against Southwestern overall, and this is Sewanee offense that loves to put pressure on the infielders with the way they bunt. So far, they've actually held up pretty well. Swing and a miss, but that ball gets away. An easy 90 feet for Bagwell. Was able to take second.
Yeah, it almost looked like it touched the bat, but I guess they didn't say anything, so sort of uncharacteristic for Redding behind the plate. Don't see balls squirt by him much at all.
Job getting a little harder for Morio. Runner in scoring position. The 0-2. Misses, and it's 1-2. Sewanee trying to take the first 2 games of this series. Put them in a great spot to make the SAA tournament. Line and caught by Anderson. Throw to second. Nobody there. Tried to take 2 there.
Good heads-up play by Anderson, knowing what to do with it when he got it.
Still able to get the 1 on the line out, and there's 2 away.
Almost got him over there at second. It was quick thinking, but just couldn't beat him back to the bag.
Sebastian Lineberger now up. Coming off of a series finale against Millsaps where he scored 3 runs of the 16 that Sewanee ended up putting on the board. Trying to get an insurance run. Tapped foul as it's starting to sprinkle a little bit up here. Uh-oh. Normally this wouldn't be a big deal. The issue is we do not have our tent up because it would have blown away by now.
We would no longer have a tent.
We would no longer have one. No, we already experienced this once last year, and we were not messing with that again. Hopefully this rain does not go at all. Don't think I'm gonna get my wish there, but that's not how the world works. 2-1 pitch. Popped up sky high. Ramsey under it, making the call and the catch to end the inning. Not before Sewanee adds on another run by way of the long ball. It's 3-1. They have the lead, headed to the bottom of the 4th. Welcome back to the campus of Trinity University. Graber still on the mound for Sewanee. Faces Sawyer Haynes. Takes ball 1. Whoa, that's a big one.
Yeah, you were starting to get diagonal there.
Yeah, a little bit. Haynes hitting 308 on the year. Takes ball 2. Starting to drizzle a little bit out here.
If this rain picks up, that might just be the cherry on top.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna be hearing us if the rain picks up. I love this job, but that might be a moment where I wouldn't. Haynes ahead 3-0. Now 3-1. I have called the game in the rain out here.
Really?
I think you missed it. It was against Kane. But we had the tent. That was the difference because it wasn't like this windy.
Right.
So we could have the tent up and I was at least sheltered. Like, it was still coming in my face a little bit, but it wasn't everywhere.
Right.
Haynes lines this one out to right field, back towards the wall, and it leaks foul.
Just barely foul. I'm sure he wishes he could get that one back. Got a nice piece of it, but just a hair too late.
Now a 3-2 count after the long strike 2. Graber so far has only allowed 3 hits and 1 run. Trying to keep that going. Nobody on, nobody out in the 4th. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Sawyer Haynes goes down swinging, and there's 1 away. And that'll bring up John Ramsey. Ramsey, who leads the team in home runs with 7, hitting 6 today. Takes a ball.
And I'm just amazed that Sewanee has been able to put so many balls over the fence with this wind.
Strike called, 1-1. I mean, you know they got a lot on these baseballs if they're able to drive them through the wind like that.
Yeah.
Tap foul off the end of the bat. Brings the count to 1-2. Rain starting to pick up just a little bit. Getting in our faces.
It's not so much that there's a lot of rain, it's that it's horizontal.
It is horizontal. That's the problem. It's sideways, and it's not supposed to be sideways. It's not the way the world was meant to be. 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Graber in the 4th. How many innings do we play again? 9?
9.
We're in the 4th? Cool.
We'll be all right.
Matthias Ridding coming up to the plate. Excuse me. I still do it every now and then. Ridding hits one into right field. Back towards the warning track, and the catch is eventually made by Laneberger to end the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Tigers in the 4th. Sends us to the 5th in San Antonio. Welcome back to the windy and rainy Alamo City. Brandon Morio back on the mound. This is first pitch, ball 1, as he faces Aiden Petracco. A sophomore, native of Georgia, making his 32nd start of the year. Pitch inside, 2-0. Got to talk to his head coach, Nate Burns, about Petracco, and said the guy is a super gamer.
Super gamer.
Super gamer. Hard-nosed bulldog type of player. He rips that one just foul down the right field line. Brings the count to 2-1. But the big thing that he pointed out is he says that he thinks he has hits from every part of the zone. So there's no zone. You have the hot zone and the cold zone.
Right.
The whole thing is pretty much just the hot zone for him. He has the ability to get to the ball, really regardless of where it's pitched.
Well, that's always nice. See, I heard super gamer, and I thought he meant like, he was on Minecraft all the time. No. Like competitive.
No, competitive.
Gotcha.
Like in the sports context.
I was about to say, if I was a super gamer, probably wouldn't be telling my coach about it. But no, good that he's a competitor.
3-1. High ball 4. Petracco able to reach by way of the leadoff walk. There is some action in the bullpen. I think that's Will Hellings throwing out there. And now Ridding's going to come out to visit with Morio. As I understand it, Jack Spence is a super gamer.
Really?
Yeah. I think he plays competitive Fortnite is what I heard.
Huh. I did not know that.
I asked Ridding interesting facts about people. And said, give me interesting facts. And that was the one he came up with.
Super gamer.
Super gamer. So a mound visit, all good and done. Ready to get back to it as Charlie Teal will come up to the plate. 0 for 2 today. Teal, the two-way player. We saw him pitch and hit in the game earlier today. At DH today, drops a bunt, but it's foul. Grant Anderson playing in on the infield grass at third. Ready for the bunt if it comes again. They throw to first.
Good idea there. See, a lot of times in a bunt situation, you might catch the runner off guard, thinking that he's about to go home, trying to get a little leg up on the bunt.
The 0-1 pitch. Pitch misses. 1-1.
Hard to tell from our angle where it might have missed.
Runner waits on first. Anderson back on the infield grass. Charging in, and this is well down the first base line. Baker able to pick it up. Throw it to Haynes, who's covering for out number 1. But the sacrifice is complete. The second bunt dropped down by Teal.
That's good bunt placement. Put it in kind of a difficult spot for Baker to get to, but he was able to get it and make the play. Nice play.
And now it's Zach Fortman. 2 for 2 today with a home run. Rips one into left field that gets down for a base hit. Petracco coming all the way from second base to score, and it's 4-1 Sewanee. 3 for 3 day for Fortman.
And seems like the rain might be subsiding a little bit, but the wind is definitely not.
No, it is not. Weather did not cooperate. Usually baseball and rain do not mix, but we're playing baseball anyways, and it looks like that'll be the day for Brandon Morio. Surrenders his 4th run of the game, reaches the 5th inning, and he will give way to what appears to be Will Hellings when we come back. Welcome back to San Antonio, Texas. And as promised, the new arm on the mound for the Tigers is Will Hellings, making his 10th appearance of the season. Comes in with a 3-2 record, ERA just above 4. Has almost reached the amount of innings he threw last season, 41 2/3. Immediately checks on the runner at first before he faces Tyler Pinzon, sophomore from Mount Pleasant, Georgia. 1 for 2 in today's game, 333 hitter overall. An opportunity to extend the Sewanee lead. First pitch misses, ball 1. And this is a role that Hellings has grown familiar with this season, often pitching a lot of innings in relief. It's his 10th appearance, only 4 starts made, despite throwing that number of innings. Swing and a miss. Pinzon goes around, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, I mean, you could call him both a reliever and a closer, because most of the time when he comes in, sort of in the middle of a game, he ends up finishing it. So not necessarily the closer, but he does close out the game.
1-1 misses. Talk to him about that unique role. He says it's unlike anything he's ever been asked to do before. It's a very unique thing. The idea that you're getting a 6-inning save sometimes, even though that's not how it's scored, but that's basically what it is. So it's an interesting thing coming in from the bullpen and just knowing the game's yours. Check on the runner again. Pinzon has to wait for the 2-1 pitch. But it's part of how Hellings has amassed this number of innings.
Yeah, I know they tried him out as a starter earlier on and sort of seemed to fit this role a little bit better, so.
Pinzon swings and misses at that last pitch. Throw to second was not in time. So the stolen base puts a runner at second. Some pointing going on by the 3-man umpire crew. Don't exactly know what for.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly.
And it looks like they might be sending him back to first.
Huh. Maybe he made contact with the
That
ball?
would have to be what it is. It would have to be a foul ball. They are pointing at the first base bag. So it looks like the stolen base was taken away.
And they're saying he's out.
Yeah.
Out at the plate?
Wow.
For a strikeout?
Tyler Pinzon is out. And the stolen base from Fortman is taken away. So now 2 down on runner at first. We've seen some interesting calls on both sides in these 2 games so far. That one may top the list.
Uncharacteristic. You'd expect Sewanee to be giving him an earful like they have been, but I think they're just too confused. They don't really know what's going on.
So the job a little easier now for Hellings as he gets his first out. 2 down in the inning overall. Big swing and a miss from Max Kilburn.
And another new development up here. Cole has got himself a jacket.
Yeah, that was needed.
So
I might have needed to be pulled. I need a reliever, somebody coming out of the pen if I didn't get the jacket. It's a big deal.
It's nice.
Way
man.
warmer now.
Looks good, man.
It feels good. Yeah. 0-2. Swing and a miss at a slider in the dirt. Ridding throws to first, and that will end the inning. Hellings gets the 2 guys he faces and sends us to the 6th in San Antonio. Trinity down 4-1. Welcome back to the campus of Trinity University. Cal Coney will lead off this inning, 0 for 1 today, still a .310 average on the year. OPS above 960, he takes ball 1. Austin Graber still out there. Pitching into the 5th inning. Strike called. We've reached the second half of Game 2 of this doubleheader. Big swing and a miss from Coney.
He's had that slider working all day. From both sides, really, Hellings came in and he had that slider working well as well.
The 1-2. Grounded foul. It'll stay 1-2. Talking to Sewanee's head coach Nate Burns, that was the thing they were looking for, was consistency on the mound, and at least with these first 2 arms that they've thrown, seem to have found it. Looking for the first out of the 5th. Did he go around? No. And the count evens at 2-2. Some mischief happening down there. Some kids are messing with the radar gun.
Trying to run their hands by it, see if they can see how fast their hand is going.
This is where I wish we had the center field cap. You just see a 120 pop up. I don't know, how fast can you get it to go by moving your hand?
I would say, you know, probably around 115, right?
Yeah, I think so. Just like a chop. Coney lifts this one to right field, and it's going to fall and roll all the way to the wall. Coney digging in for 2, and he's sliding in with a leadoff double. Just what the doctor ordered for the Trinity bats.
Much needed action at the plate. Came through in a good spot. Now no outs and runner in scoring position for the Tigers.
So Coney on second, nobody down in the inning, and now Callan Singhania up to try and drive him in. Singhania making the start in Game 2 of this doubleheader after coming in relief in Game 1. 0 for 1 today overall. .260 hitter on the season. Pitch high and inside, 1-0. Singhania hits a high fly ball to shallow right field. And it'll be Petracco who makes the catch from second base for out number 1. So the lineup flips over. It's Caleb Woodward now. Woodward nearly a .400 hitter on the year, 1 for 2 today. OPS exactly at 1,000 as of now. Tried the bunt, but did not connect. Goes down to strike 1.
So what all goes into your OPS?
What do you mean?
We're never quite sure about that. Like
Yes.
what all do they use for the stats of
Well,
it?
it's an acronym. On base plus slugging.
Okay.
So just your on base and your slugging, put them together. That's your OPS.
Gotcha. See, that always confused me because I thought there should be a B in there somewhere.
Yeah, that makes sense, but I guess it just doesn't sound as good. BPS?
Yeah.
I don't know. OPS, yeah, that's the one.
OPS is much better.
But you don't need to know that. You're a pitcher.
Yeah.
You need ERA.
And I need ERA and whip.
Whip. Yep, those are the 2 you need to know. Woodward rips one, and it bounces off the second baseman into right field. Coney being waved around from second, he scores. And it's 4-2. See if they give that a single or an error.
And that's a tough spot to field it. Man, that's a hard play to make.
Petracco did his best out there at second base. That ball backed him up all the way into the outfield grass where he tried to make the play, just couldn't handle the hop, and it looks like they have given Woodward a hit for that.
I think well deserved.
They check on him, dives back safely. Second hit of the day for Caleb Woodward, his first RBI. Now the deficit is down to 2 runs, and it's Evan Kuhl up to the plate. Kuhl bloops one into shallow center field, but the catch is made for out number 2.
I thought for a second it might drop, but just a little bit too much into it.
Sewanee able to make the catch out there, ranging in under the Trinity logo, and now it's Will Baker, the last chance in the 5th for Trinity. An inning that's seen them plate a run already. Would love another one. Baker 0 for 1 today. Won't see a pitch yet. Still leads the team in RBI with 29. His average has been pretty consistent all year, around 350. He's hovered around that throughout the day at 352 currently. Baker rips one out to center field. Sewanee makes the catch that ends the inning, but Trinity plates a run to cut the deficit. It's now 4-2 as we head to the 6th. Welcome back to the campus of Trinity University. Center fielder Sewanee takes strike 1. Sewanee ended the last inning with back-to-back fly balls being caught. 1 for 1 with the bat today. Facing Will Hellings for the first time. Pitch misses. Count 1-1. Just had to save my pen there. No big deal. Hellings falls behind 2-1. This baseball day, anything but routine. Inside out swing, fouled out of play, 2-2.
I'm just waiting for the opportunity to save you. Start flying away. I'll catch you.
You might need to. We might need leashes to be tethered to the roof.
You're going to commentate this game.
Grounded sharply on 5 hops. Haynes able to make the throw in time. And there's one down. So Hellings so far working pretty efficiently, getting the first out of the 6th. Getting used to this new system that he's been thrown in. Swing and a miss from Bagwell. Down 0-1. Talking to Hellings about the way he's being used. He said that was actually the plan for him last year. So that's really what they wanted him to do, throw more innings. This is lined and caught by Ramsey. So Bagwell able to make good contact there, but Ramsey able to take away the liner. 2 away. I could not see that to start. The wind was like blocking. I don't know, it made my head turn a certain way. And yeah, I missed it at first, but we recovered. We were good. 2 down, as this has been the windiest half inning we've seen so far today somehow. Hellings facing Ethan Williams. 0 for 2 today.
Yeah, I know they wanted Will to throw more innings last year and the year before, but it's hard to resist in a close game, late. You know, who are you going to go to, right?
I said the plan was for him to throw a bunch of innings, but other guys just stepped up. And they felt really comfortable going to these other guys in a middle relief role, so it ended up just being Hellings coming in the 9th inning.
Ended up being a true closer.
Which, you know, he says he enjoys, but just wanted to be used more. And he's already reached the innings total that he had counting the postseason games, where that team went all the way to the College World Series. 2-1 pitch finds the zone, strike called. Two down in the inning, nobody on. 2-2 pitch. Tapped foul will do it again. Sewanee with the 4-2 lead. Searching for some insurance runs with 2 down. Hits even at 5 aside. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on the slider. A 1-2-3 frame for Hellings. Takes us to the bottom of the 6th. Trinity needs some runs, down 4-2. Welcome back to the campus of Trinity University, where the wind still persists, and so does Graber on the mound for Sewanee. Misses ball 1. Facing Grant Anderson. The 1-0 pitch to the cleanup hitter. Misses in the dirt, and it gets away. Anderson 1 for 2 today, has a base hit and an RBI. Came in the first inning to tie the game at 1. Since then, Sewanee took a 4-1 lead, and Trinity was able to get a run back in the 5th. Takes a strike, 2-1. Tigers come into the series in first place in the SAA, as Anderson hits a pop fly, foul ground, and the catch is made by Pinzon for out number 1. They came into the series 10-2, now 10-3. Believe they still hold first place in the conference, so in a good position to at the very least make the tournament. But as far as their at-large positioning goes, probably gonna have to win that tournament to get in unless they win the rest of these games down the stretch. But that road series next weekend is gonna be key. Currently the second place team in the SAA. Now it's Sawyer Haynes who takes a strike. Second baseman in today's game, hitting 5th. Nobody on, 1 down in the inning. Haynes lifts one to center field. Genuine backs up on it and makes the catch for a quick out number 2. So 2 quick outs for Graber. Talking to Coach Burns about Graber. Said he's a sophomore trying to figure out his starters routine. Last year filled a couple of different roles for them. Was a very versatile player. Said he closed some games for them last year. He opened some. So trying to figure out more of a routine, now in a settled role as a starter. And so far in this game, he's done really well.
Yeah, he had that mound visit early after a brief bit of struggling with the lineup, but then since then he's really settled in.
Faces John Ramsey, and he's ahead 1-0. Or excuse me, 0-1. Ramsey lines one into right field. It's a base hit. So a 2-out knock, trying to get things going for the Tigers. The tying run will come to the plate in the 6th. And that tying run will be Matthias Ridding. See the replay of the base hit from Ramsey. One of the most productive hitters on the season. Mentioned that he leads the team in home runs. Big gust of wind as Ridding takes a ball high and inside.
That one almost took the tent.
Yeah, tent doesn't even have the tent part up. It's just the poles right now.
It's just the poles.
That almost took them. Ramsey able to dive back safely. Ramsey this season with 4 stolen bases. He has been caught 3 times. Interestingly enough, it's the third baseman on this team that steal all the bases. Ridding takes a strike, 1-1. Of course, one of the third basemen now plays left field, but Michael Ustina leads the team in stolen bases, followed by Grant Anderson. Both of them in double digits. But it's Ramsey aboard right now, dives back safely.
And it's interesting because third base is typically the place where you put a guy that's maybe a little bit slower, where he's not super athletic, sort of not hiding a bat, but in a way hiding a guy that's not super quick. But
oh, Ramsey leaning the other way that time, and he's picked off. So the 2-out base runner erased just like that. It's a scoreless 6th for Sewanee. Takes us to the 7th in San Antonio. 4-2, Sewanee with the lead. Welcome back to the campus of Trinity University. Will Hellings back on the mound. His team in a 2-run deficit. Fires a strike. Sebastian Lineberger leads things off, the junior from Chattanooga, Tennessee. This is chopped fair. Anderson has to range in on 2 hops, throws in time with the sidearm to get out number 1.
And he's had some great plays over there. At third today, he's just been lights out.
So quickly 1 away for Will Hellings as the lineup will flip over. Aiden Petrocco comes down with nobody on and 1 down in the inning.
Notice he's wearing a shield this time on his ankle after he got hit in that previous game. Hoping he's doing all right now.
This is grounded softly to second, and the throw made in time by Haynes, a quick out number 2. Interesting day for Will Hellings so far, usually a high strikeout guy, but he's gotten a lot of soft contact today.
Yeah, I wonder if he's maybe tweaked his fastball a little bit to get some more run on it.
Now faces Charlie Teal, 0 for 2. Native of Alabama. Thought about bunting, pulls it back, ball 1. This is lined out to center field. Woodward coming in. So is Cool, and he makes the catch.
Wow. To cover a lot of ground to get there, and he made it.
One of them had to get it, and it ended up being Evan Cool to end the inning. Another 1-2-3 inning for Will Hellings. Takes us to the 7th in San Antonio. Welcome back to the campus of Trinity University. Tigers up to bat, down 2 runs. Leadoff man in this inning will be Matthias Ridding. Gets out of the way of ball 1. We made some adjustments up here. We have found some tarps, and we are using them as kind of windshields. Shepard's still getting his sorted out. Ridding takes ball 2. It's an adjustment. We'll see how it goes. 2-0, grounded up the middle and into center field, a base hit for Ridding. 386 hitter coming into this game, he shows why.
Say what you will about the tarps, but they're lucky.
So far, yeah. If these are the rally tarps, that's going to be quite something. Quite the twist.
From now on, whenever we need a rally, we're whipping out the tarps.
Brings up Cal Coney. Runner on first, nobody out. Coney 1 for 2 today. They check on Ridding. I'm debating whether or not this helps.
I'm loving it. I think it helps.
All right. Coney fouls one. Out of play on the roof. 1, 2, 3. I lost sight.
Looked like it got 4.
4, yeah. That's the standard number.
Yeah, pretty standard.
Nothing shocking about 4. Down 0-1. They check on Ridding again. Gets a hand in and gets back safely.
Yeah, I wonder why they're being so cautious with him over at first. His lead, it's basically a step and a half.
He does have 5 stolen bases. Coney bloops this one into left field, falling, and it's fair. Puts runners on first and second with nobody out. Bagwell dove in, tried to make the catch, just unable to do so.
I wonder how they're going to score that.
Should be a base hit. Looks like they have scored it as a base hit. Tigers with 7 hits now. And Callan Singhania is being called back. It'll be Jack Spence. And you wonder if this is a bunt opportunity with 2 on and nobody out.
Maybe they are calling upon some Fortnite expertise. See if he can use his talents.
And we'll see if this will be the day for Graber or not. Entire infield coming in, head coach coming out. So far, just a discussion.
They might be prepping him for the potential bunt that's coming. Or the situation, maybe just getting a feel for how he's doing. See if he's good to go.
Home plate umpire coming out to break up the meeting. The best chance the Tigers have had really all day. They've been able to scratch a run here and there, but first opportunity with multiple base runners on and nobody out. The big thing is you do not want to double play, as Caleb Woodward is sitting on deck, ready for a chance. As it looks like this initial consultation was just a stall, and there will be a pitching change. We'll step away. New arm coming in for Sewanee, up 2. Welcome back to San Antonio, Texas. New arm on the mound is Jake Walling, senior from Powder Springs, Georgia, making his 8th appearance as he faces Jack Spence. Squares up to bunt and pulls it back for ball 1. Walling So far this season, a 2-1 record. ERA at 6.57. Fires a strike 1-1. His last appearance against Millsaps through 2 1/3 innings. Allowed a walk, got a strikeout, and also gave up an earned run. Comes in with runners on first and second, nobody out. Matthias Riding and Cal Coney both reaching on base hits. Some kind of on-field delay.
It's like Coach Scannell may have gotten himself a warning.
Umpires writing that down. Write that down. These tarps are definitely a game changer.
Oh, for sure.
This is definitely the way to go.
I wish we'd thought of this earlier.
Well, I wouldn't have thought of it at all. This was all you.
Come on, I was trying to make it seem less ridiculous. This was a joint effort.
1-1 pitch misses, 2-1. Spence has only squared up once. You would think the idea was that he was going to bunt. We'll see if he still does or not. Spence hits a fly ball to shallow center field. Janowine gives away. And the catch is made in the shallow outfield grass for out number 1.
Yeah, he squared around in that first pitch, but then I guess they just had him swing away from there.
Flips the lineup over and brings up Caleb Woodward. Woodward hitting leadoff in today's game, 2 for 3. Average back over 400. Grounds this one fair down the first base line. Throw to second in time for 1. On to first, not in time. Woodward beats it out. So Sewanee gets a much needed out, but Woodward barely able to avoid the double play.
Yeah, just barely gets the foot down.
Puts runners at the corners, 2 down for Evan Kuhl, the left fielder today. Wind gusting just as much as it has at any point today.
And this may be his first opportunity to swing here. Is that right?
Takes a strike. He is 0 for 1, so he swung at some point.
Okay, he had the sack bunt.
I believe he also walked.
And the walk.
Down 0-1. Runners at the corners. They check on Woodward. Woodward now the runner on first. Matthias Riding over at third. Try again. Gotta think it's now or never time for Trinity. Whoa.
Almost to dramatize your point, the wind came through.
Kuhl swings and misses at the slider. Down 0-2. Chance for Walling to get out of this inning unscathed.
This is the best opportunity Trinity has had so far to catch up.
The 0-2 to Kuhl. In the dirt, Woodward goes and takes second easily. Now the tying run in scoring position. One and 2. Tap foul will do it again. Trinity out hitting Sewanee 8-5. A 9th hit would almost assuredly tie this game.
Yeah, you got to think pretty much no matter where, if it scores through, they're going to be sending Woodward around third.
Close pitch. The Sewanee dugout really wanted that call. They don't get it, and it's 2-2.
You almost heard a synchronized angry release from both the dugout and the parents.
Ball in the dirt, and it gets away. Ritting scores from third. Ball gets away again. Here comes Woodward. It's a tie game.
Wow. That is heads-up base running. That is exactly what you want. He saw it squirt by him, rounds third, and Woodward just could not be stopped.
You said they'd send him no matter what.
And it looks like I was right. Didn't even have to get a hit.
They capitalize on the opportunity with 2 runners on and nobody out. Cool pops this one up, foul out of play. 1, 2, 3, 4 hops.
I thought it was 5. Looked like 5.
Okay. Sure.
We'll give it 4.5.
It was pretty tiny.
You don't count the little ones?
Well, it's the distinction between a roll and a hop.
No.
Whenever we get to that point. Pitch outside, that's ball 4, and the go-ahead runs aboard. And now the job does not get any easier. After the wild pitch tied this game, the walk puts the go-ahead run aboard for Will Baker. 0 for 2 today. Takes ball 1, and would you look at that? A little bit of sunshine.
The sun is out.
A little bit, kind of. It's like half sun.
We kind of know where the sun would be.
Half sun's better than no sun. Cool gets back safely on the pickoff attempt. Tigers have had a pretty good run offensively today. 8 hits in total. Just haven't been rewarded with the runs until now. Now able to tie this game. Cool off and running. Baker sends this one out to left field. And the catch is made to end the inning, but not before the Tigers strike twice. 2-run score on a wild pitch to tie this game at 4. It sends us to the 8th inning in San Antonio. Oh, there's photographic evidence. Oh, caught red-handed warming up. Wow. First pitch from Hellings. This is ball 1, facing Zach Fortman. You knew they'd sneak it in somehow. We don't have our usual broadcast camera up here.
They found a way.
It's in vogue. New style, strike called.
Now, broadcast teams making fashion statements, pioneering new trends.
The only way. It all starts with an idea. chopper on 2 hops. Anderson pumps, throws in time.
Very nice play.
Foreman thought he beat it out. Not the case. Another nice play at the hot corner from Anderson. 1 away.
Yeah, he's been unstoppable over there. Just fired across the diamond like it's nothing.
Figured I'd let that die down first. Brings up Tyler Pinzon. Bit of a delay, it looks like. And once again, Coach Burns probably not happy with the call at first base. At least it looked like from our vantage point that he got him.
Yeah, it looked pretty solid. They've had a lot to talk about today.
A lot of visits, a lot of interesting calls. It's been an interesting day, to say the least. Slider finds the zone, strike called. Line the other way, foul out of play, and Pinzon down 0-2. Helling's now working in a tie game, in a position to maybe get his 4th win of the year, if he can get some run support. This is hit foul out of play. One, kinda, I don't know, it hit something.
Best guess.
Best guess we could make.
Helling's doing a great job getting ahead early.
Slider misses. 1-2, and that's the reward of getting ahead early, is you can do something like that.
Yeah, you wouldn't call that a throwaway pitch, but it's one of those where you just don't want it anywhere near the zone. You know, you want it to just break so far out of the zone, there's no way they can make contact with it.
There's strike 3 called. Hellings gets him looking.
It didn't look like it was exactly where Ritting wanted it, but was close enough to get the call.
He's gotten the first 2 of the 8th. Trying to get the 3rd one here. Swing and a miss from Kilburn. Hellings took over in the 5th inning for starter Brandon Moria. It's just been those 2 for Trinity today. Fouled back above our heads. 1. That's it.
It's off the building.
Off the building. Inconclusive hops after that. Hellings ahead 0-2. 2 down, nobody on. Pitch in the dirt, 1-2. I don't know how much the tarp is coming through on the microphone or not, but it's definitely worth it. It's at least 5 degrees warmer in here.
I would say 10. I mean, the wind is completely subsided.
Hellings finds the zone with a fastball, strike 3. A 1-2-3/8 for Will Hellings takes us to the bottom of the frame. Trinity a chance to take the lead when we come back. Welcome back to the campus of Trinity University, bottom of the 8th inning. In a tie game here in game 2 of this series. Jake Walling back on the mound for Sewanee and fires strike 1 to Grant Anderson, who leads things off. Anderson already with a base hit and an RBI in this game. Trying to get things going in the 8th for the Tigers. Fouls one the other way, out of play, down 0-2. Tigers able to plate 2 runs in the bottom of the 7th to tie this game at 4.
They have a good chance here to potentially get ahead for the first time in this game.
Pitch just misses, would have been strike 3, instead 1-2.
The Trinity dugout is coming alive here in the 8th.
Anderson rips one out to center field. Diving and making the catch is Genuine. A genuine grab indeed.
I was waiting to see if you were going to do it.
One away in the 8th, a big catch at that. And it brings up Sawyer Haynes with nobody on. Haynes takes strike 1.
He's still working that breaking ball, and it's been helping him out.
Ground ball up the middle into center field. And the go-ahead run is aboard in the 8th with 1 down.
And that's his second hit up the middle of the day. He likes that spot.
And it sets up one of the more dangerous bats in this order in John Ramsey. See how aggressive Trinity is with Haynes on the base paths. Sewanee thinking the same thing. They check on him. Haynes dives back safely.
Ramsey been kept somewhat quiet today, but the way he's been swinging, he could turn the tide of this game in one swing.
Check on Haynes again. He steps back safely this time. Ramsey 1 for 3 today. Making it 2 for 4 would be a big deal. Walling trying to prevent that from happening. Ramsey hits one deep to center field, but not deep enough. Genuine comes in and makes the catch. This one a little bit easier than his last one for the second out. So the Tigers only with one more chance to drive in Haynes, and it'll be Matthias Ritting. Ritting with a base hit the last time he was up. Happened in the 7th inning, ended up scoring. Two for 3 overall, hitting nearly 400, 396 this season.
Another guy that's just been mashing the ball.
Haynes able to get back safely. See the little bit of the ball fake from Pinzon there?
Yeah, a little bit.
Acted like the ball got away for a second.
Sneaky.
First pitch to Ritting misses high, ball 1. Haynes waits on first. We'll see for how long, and he has to step back again, does so safely. The 1-0. Haynes bluffs like he's going, and now he does as the pitch gets away.
Sort of a start, stop situation. He started going, then he stopped. And then he went again.
So the wild pitch puts the go-ahead run in scoring position. Ritting ahead 2-0. This game tied at 4.
He's been so clutch. Hitters count here.
Ball 3.
Exactly the guy that you want to have at the plate in this situation.
Hitting almost 400 and has a walk-off on top of that. Happened in the 4th game of this season against Wisconsin Whitewater. The 3-0. Not swinging here, takes a strike.
The dangerous 3-1 count.
High, ball 4, and there's 2 aboard. First and second with 2 down in the inning, and it's Cal Coney coming to the plate. Coney 2 for 3, 326 hitter on the year. Breaking ball loops in, strike called. There's a lot of open space between shortstop and third right now for Sewanee. Holding Sawyer Haynes on. Coney rips it into left field. It's a base hit. Here comes Haynes from second. Tigers take the lead. The go-ahead single from Cal Coney, and it's 5-4.
And you called it. You said there's a lot of space between short and third. And a boom, immediately. I think he heard you.
He was like, oh, I can just hit it there? Okay.
You said what? Oh, all right. Good idea.
And it looks like there is a pinch hitter here. Instead of Jack Spence, it'll be Pierce Matthews. Opportunity to extend the lead. Runners on first and second. Strike called. Matthews on the season, a 170 hitter with 4 RBI. Base hit would add on another one. Riddick at second, Coney at first. Matthews bloops one to center field. Genuine camps under it, and it ends the inning, but not before Trinity takes their first lead of the series. RBI single from Cal Coney makes it 5-4. Sewanee down to their final 3 outs when we come back. Welcome back to San Antonio, Texas, on the campus of Trinity University. The top of the 9th inning, the Tigers, the Trinity Tigers, have the 5-4 lead with Will Helling still on the mound. Faces Will Genuine. The center fielder, who's made some nice defensive plays today, rips one into center field, and just like that, the tying run's aboard.
The Purple Tigers are not going down without a fight. First pitch swinging, smacks one up the middle, no chance to get to it.
And now it's John Bagwell. Tying run is aboard in Genuine. Bagwell, the left fielder today. Drops down a bunt, and it's down the first base line. Baker flips it underhanded, and they get the out, but the tying run is in scoring position for Sewanee.
Yeah, you mentioned their bunting ability, and it's been killer today. I mean, they will lay down a bunt, and it'll go pretty much exactly where they want it to go. Another one there, almost able to tie him up, just barely getting the out.
Now it's Ethan Williams. Williams doing the catching today. Did not make an appearance in game 1, has played the entirety of game 2. Slider bends in, strike 1. Will Hellings in the role that he became so familiar with last year. In the 9th inning in a 1-run game, trying to shut the door. Ground ball slowly to short. Ramsey makes the throw in time, and there's 2 down. Runner advances to 3rd.
So here it is, clutch time.
And it looks like we have a pinch hitter, Spencer Yu, who started the last game.
Will Hellings, he's filled that role so well, been such a leader for this team.
Swing and a miss from Yu, down 0-1. A .342 hitter this season.
They need him here.
Tying run 90 feet away for Sewanee. Down to their last out. Pitch misses.
Just a bit too off the plate.
The bullpen has been cleared out, except for one man, Will Taylor, ready if they need him. Swing and a miss, and Sewanee's down to their last strike. Tigers trying to salvage a game and set up the rubber match tomorrow. Sewanee trying to tie this game and take the series today. The 1-2. Misses low, will do it again, 2-2. Time called as Yu and his third base coach will have a quick meeting. 2's on the board, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down in the inning. The tying run 90 feet away.
And you can feel the energy on this field. That last pitch, both dugouts came alive. So much noise from both sides. And they're starting up again here.
Trinity up a run. Sewanee down to their last strike. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, that's strike 3. And Trinity takes game 2. A 2-run comeback in the 7th inning and a winning run in the 8th inning get the job done. A masterclass by Will Hellings. Ever since he came in the 5th, he gets the win today, his 4th win of the season. As Walling takes the loss, giving up the go-ahead run in the 8th, the RBI single from Cal Coney. He's the hero today.
Just like Tiger fashion, some late game theatrics to swipe the win.
That'll do it for us here in San Antonio, Texas. Thanks for sticking with us through all the wins, through all 18 innings that we played today. Appreciate everybody in the control room working. And of course, my partner Shepard Tyler, who is out here with me, wrapped in a tarp. For everybody in San Antonio, I'm Cole Isaacson saying so long, and we hope to see you tomorrow, 11 a.m. first pitch for the rubber match in this series.